Hello, folks, and good evening. Tonight we are looking at the life of Jesus, and we intend to answer the eternal question, was Jesus really the Son of God, or was he an imposter? This question has been posed to us time and time again, and to answer this question, we go to an interview with a goth teenager, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. No, okay, high five. All right, so tell me, Jeremy.
My name's not Jeremy. That's the name my corporate parents called me, okay?
Okay, so what do you go by?
They call me Black Knight.
Mr. Black Knight, tell me, do you believe that Jesus is the Son of God?
Jesus couldn't have been the Son of God. If he was, he would have had wings.
What? Wings?
Yeah, everybody knows God has wings.
Okay, listen, Jeremy, we're all out of time for now, so thanks for the chat. Back to the studio. Okay, well, anyway, after Jeremy's interview, I had two questions. One, does God have wings? And two, does Jeremy get his eyeliner at the same store as my wife? So I decided to go digging, and here are some of the conclusions I've come to. For Jesus to be God's son, he must have been raised from the dead. If that wasn't true, then it would undermine the whole thing. So first, I need to answer this question. I went to local pastor, Mark Harper. Thank you for your time, Pastor Mark. I have a few questions for you first. Does it seem logical that rather than Jesus being raised from the dead, the government that crucified him would take the body away so people wouldn't gather at his tomb?
After the disciples saw that Jesus had risen from the dead, they began to tell other people about it. This started a whole new religious movement.
Right.
The Roman government hated this religious movement.
Oh, okay, but how does that prove it?
Well, these people believed and preached that Jesus had risen from the dead. All the Romans would have had to have done was show them the dead body of Jesus Christ, and it would have ended the movement. They didn't do that, so obviously they didn't have his body.
Okay, good point, but what about the other disciples? I mean, could they have stolen it and started their own religion on a lie?
Did you know that 11 of the 12 disciples were put to death for preaching Jesus?
Really?
It's hard to believe that all of them would have been willing to die for a lie.
Okay, good answer, but I have one more question for you.
What's that?
Does God have wings?
God could have wings if he wanted to.
Oh. Interesting, isn't it? Nearly all my questions were answered, but this nagging doubt still nipped the back of my mind. Pastor Mark had tried to answer it for me, but his answer had been incomplete. Now I felt as if he was hiding something. I had to find the answer. Does God have wings? I went to nationally recognized bird expert, Professor Leslie McCaw. Hello, Professor. I'm hoping you can answer one question for me today.
Well, that would be nice, now wouldn't it? Am I going to be on TV?
Yeah, well, you're on now.
I am.
Well, hey, just relax, Professor. It's nothing to get worried about. I only have one question for you today anyway.
Go ahead.
Okay. Does God have wings?
Well, I'm not sure you're asking the right question.
What?
It seems too simple for you to come all the way out here.
Why?
The answer is yes and no. You see, if God wanted to have wings, then he would have them. If he didn't, then he wouldn't. Understand?
Okay, so you're saying God can do whatever?
Yes. He's God.
Well, I guess that answers my question. Thank you for your time, Professor, and back to the studio. In conclusion, we see the evidence says yes, Jesus did rise from the dead. And if he did rise from the dead, then God must have raised him. Since Jesus was going around saying he was the Son of God, then God wouldn't have raised him if he were lying. Because why would God raise a liar from the dead? Jesus must be God's Son. Also, God could have wings, if he chose to. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is Henderson 350 signing off.